You have been taught to chase everything you desire. Chase money, chase success, chase love, chase opportunities. But what if chasing is the very thing keeping it away from you? What if the life you dream about is not somewhere in the future? What if it already exists within you, waiting to be awakened? For years you have believed that struggle is the price of receiving. You believed you must fight, prove yourself, and exhaust yourself to be worthy. But what if that belief was the greatest illusion you ever accepted? What if God never created you to beg for what was already prepared for you? The world taught you to look outside for answers, but the power to transform your reality has always been within. Your thoughts are not just thoughts, they are seeds creating your experience. Your assumptions are not harmless, they are shaping the life you are living. But what if this belief is the very thing keeping you away from the reality you want? What if the secret was never in the chase? What if the true power was always found in your ability to believe, accept, and embody the feeling of already having what you desire? The greatest transformation in life does not begin when something outside of you changes. It begins when something inside of you shifts. Because before anything appears in your physical world, it must first exist within your consciousness. Every creation begins as an unseen possibility. A building begins as an idea. A painting begins as a vision. A successful life begins as a belief held within someone's mind. Nothing appears in the physical world without first existing in the invisible world, and your future is no different. The life you dream about is not something completely separate from you. It is a possibility waiting for you to align with it. But most people never experience this because they constantly focus on what is missing. They wake up every morning looking at their circumstances and allowing those circumstances to tell them what is possible. If there is no money, they believe they are limited. If there is no opportunity, they believe they are forgotten. If love has not arrived, they believe they are not worthy of being loved. But they fail to understand one important truth. Your current reality is not the creator of your future. It is only the reflection of previous beliefs, thoughts, and assumptions. The world around you is always showing you the state you have been living in. If you constantly assume struggle, you will continue finding evidence of struggle. If you constantly assume rejection, you will continue noticing reasons to feel rejected. If you constantly assume that life is difficult, every challenge will appear as confirmation. But the moment you change the assumption within yourself, your relationship with life begins to change. The outer world begins responding differently because the source has changed. Imagine a projector in a theater. The screen is not creating the movie. The projector is. The images appearing before you are simply reflections of what is being projected. Your life works in a similar way. Your external world is the screen. Your consciousness is the projector. If you want to change the picture, you do not fight the screen. You change what is being projected. You change your thoughts. You change your identity. You change the story you continue repeating about yourself. Because the most powerful words you will ever hear are not the words spoken by others. They are the words you repeatedly speak to yourself. Who do you believe you are? Do you see yourself as someone who is always struggling? Someone who has to fight for everything? Someone who is always waiting for life to finally begin? Or do you see yourself as someone who is supported? Someone who is guided? Someone who naturally attracts opportunities and blessings? The identity you accept becomes the reality you experience. You cannot consistently believe you are powerless and expect to live a powerful life. You cannot constantly identify with lack and expect abundance to feel natural. You cannot see yourself as unwanted and expect love to flow effortlessly. The external world follows the internal image you hold of yourself. This is why the greatest work you can do is not always outside of you. Sometimes the greatest work is becoming aware of the thoughts you have accepted as truth, because many of the limitations you experience are not actual limitations. They are beliefs you have carried for so long that they feel like facts. You have been told who you are. You have been told what is realistic. You have been told what you can and cannot achieve. But there is a deeper truth. Your imagination is not limited by your current circumstances. Your future is not restricted by your past. The person you were yesterday does not have to define the person you become tomorrow. Every moment gives you the opportunity to choose a new state, a new belief, a new version of yourself. The question is not, why hasn't it happened yet? The better question is, am I becoming the person who already lives in the reality I desire? Because receiving begins with becoming. Before you experience abundance, you must begin thinking from abundance. Before you experience love, you must begin feeling love within yourself. Before you experience success, you must begin carrying the confidence of someone who believes success is possible. You do not wait for the feeling after the manifestation. The feeling is what creates the movement. Most people say, when I have it, then I will feel happy. When I succeed, then I will feel confident. When I receive love, then I will feel complete. But this keeps them trapped in a cycle of waiting. They give their power away to circumstances. They allow the outside world to decide how they feel. But the person who understands their inner power chooses differently. They decide who they are before the evidence appears. They choose peace before everything is perfect. They choose gratitude before everything arrives. They choose faith before they see the result. This does not mean ignoring reality. It means refusing to let temporary conditions define your ultimate reality. A seed does not look at the darkness around it and decide it cannot grow. It trusts the process. It breaks through the soil because it carries within itself the blueprint of what it is becoming. You are the same. There is something within you that knows the direction you are meant to move. There are desires within your heart for a reason. They are not there to make you feel incomplete. They are there to reveal what is possible. Your dreams are invitations. They are reminders of the potential waiting to be expressed through you. So stop treating your desires as something far away. Stop seeing them as things you must beg life to give you. Begin seeing them as experiences you are becoming aligned with. The moment you release desperation, you create space for receiving. The moment you stop forcing, you allow things to unfold naturally. The moment you stop asking, "Where is it?" and start living with the feeling of, "It is already becoming," your entire energy changes. And when your energy changes, your actions change. Your choices change. Your relationships change. Your opportunities change. Because you are no longer operating from fear. You are operating from faith. Life has a way of meeting you at the level of your beliefs. When you believe you are supported, you begin seeing support everywhere. When you believe opportunities exist, you begin recognizing them. When you believe you are worthy, you stop accepting situations that contradict your value. Your inner world becomes the foundation for your outer experience. So be intentional with what you imagine. Be careful with the stories you repeat. Be mindful of the identity you are building every single day. Because every thought is planting a seed. Every emotion is giving that seed energy. And every assumption is moving you toward a future. The question is, what kind of future are you creating? Are you creating one based on fear or one based on faith? Are you creating one based on limitation or one based on possibility? The choice begins within you. You do not need permission to believe in a greater life. You do not need everyone else to understand your vision. You only need to remain faithful to the reality you are choosing to create. Because before the world sees your transformation, you must see it within yourself. Before others recognize your greatness, you must recognize it first. Before your circumstances change, your consciousness must change. Remember this, you are not chasing a future that is far away. You are aligning with a future that is already possible. You are not begging life to give you something you lack. You are awakening to something that has always been available. Release the fear. Release the doubt. Trust the process. Trust the vision. Trust the power within you. Because the moment you truly believe that a new reality is possible, you have already taken the first step toward creating it. Your world changes when you change. Your life transforms when your inner state transforms. And everything you desire begins with one simple decision: to believe before you see. When you live from the assumption that your desire is already fulfilled, you stop depending on external evidence to feel secure. You no longer need the world to prove that something is possible before you believe it. You become the person who knows. This is the difference between hoping for something and accepting it as your reality. Hope says, maybe it will happen one day. Knowing says, it is already done. The state you occupy within yourself is what determines the experiences that come into your life. Your imagination is not just a place where you create fantasies. It is the creative power within you, the place where every experience begins before it appears in the physical world. The world around you is only reflecting the inner state you repeatedly return to. If you continue seeing yourself as someone who is waiting, searching, and trying to become worthy, you will continue experiencing situations that keep you in that same position. But when you begin seeing yourself as already complete, already chosen, already supported, life begins to reflect that new identity. You do not attract what you simply want. You experience what you accept as true about yourself. This is why changing your self-concept is so powerful. Your self-concept is the story you hold about who you are. It is the belief beneath every thought, every action, and every expectation. If you see yourself as someone who is always struggling, life will constantly give you reasons to struggle. If you see yourself as someone who is naturally blessed, guided, and capable of receiving good things, your experiences will begin to match that belief. The outer world is not the cause. Your consciousness is the cause. Many people spend their lives trying to change effects while ignoring the source. They try to fix relationships without changing the way they see themselves. They chase money without changing their relationship with abundance. They seek recognition while secretly believing they are not enough. But the external world can only reflect what already exists within. The transformation does not begin when your circumstances change. Your circumstances change when the transformation begins within you. This is why imagination is so important. Before you sleep, before the noise of the world takes over, enter the feeling of the life you desire. See yourself experiencing what you want. Feel the emotions of having already received it. Feel the peace. Feel the gratitude. Feel the natural confidence of someone who already knows. Do not imagine from a place of desperation thinking, I need this because I do not have it. Imagine from fulfillment. Imagine because it is your natural state. The feeling is the secret. The feeling you repeatedly accept becomes the state you live from, and the state you live from becomes the reality you experience. A person who constantly feels abandoned will find evidence of abandonment. A person who constantly feels successful will begin noticing opportunities everywhere. The difference is not always the world around them. The difference is the consciousness they carry within. Your imagination is like a seed. The moment you plant it with faith and continue nurturing it with belief, it begins moving toward expression. A seed does not struggle to become a tree. It does not question whether growth is possible. It simply follows the law placed within it. You are also part of this divine law. You were not created to live in fear of tomorrow. You were not created to constantly wonder if you will receive what you need. You were created with the ability to choose the state you live from, and the state you choose determines the direction of your life. If you want a different experience, become different internally first. Do not wait for someone else to make you feel loved. Become love within yourself. Do not wait for the world to confirm your worth. Know your worth before anyone recognizes it. Do not wait for success to arrive before you see yourself as successful. You cannot experience abundance while believing you are always deprived. You cannot experience love while constantly seeing yourself as unworthy. You cannot experience freedom while mentally remaining trapped by fear. The change begins when you decide to become someone new within yourself. Start seeing yourself differently. Start speaking to yourself differently. Start imagining a different reality. Not because you are pretending, because you are choosing a new state of being. Your imagination is not just a place where you escape reality. It is the place where new realities are created. The future you desire begins as an inner image before it becomes an outer experience. So choose your inner world carefully. Fill your mind with the vision of the person you want to become. Feel the emotions of the life you desire. Walk with the confidence of someone who knows they are supported. Because when your inner world changes, your relationship with life changes. You stop begging life to give you something. You start recognizing that you are already connected to everything you need. You were never created to live in endless pursuit. You were created to experience, create, and receive. The moment you release the need to chase, you make space for what is meant for you. The moment you stop forcing, you allow life to move naturally. And the moment you truly believe that what you desire is already within reach, you begin seeing evidence of that belief everywhere. Life does not have to be controlled. It has to be trusted. The same power that placed the desire within you also created the path for it to unfold. Your role is not to worry about every detail. Your role is to remain aligned, to believe, to imagine, to accept, and to live with the quiet certainty that what is meant for you is already moving toward you. Let go of the chase. Let go of the fear. Let go of the belief that you must struggle to receive. Step into the feeling of fulfillment. Because when you become the person who already has what they desire, your world begins to reflect that truth back to you. You were never meant to spend your life chasing what is already connected to you. The power to transform your reality has always existed within your own consciousness. Your outer world is simply reflecting the beliefs you continue to hold inside. When you change your thoughts, your feelings, and your assumptions, your experience begins to change. Stop looking for proof before you believe. Believe first, and the proof will appear. Release fear, release doubt, and trust the vision placed within your heart. You do not need to force what is meant for you. You only need to align with it. Walk through life with the certainty that your desires are already unfolding. The moment you stop chasing and start receiving, everything begins to flow naturally. Remember, what you seek is not far away. It has been within you all along. The greatest transformation rarely begins with a dramatic event. It begins with a quiet decision. A decision that says, I no longer agree with the version of myself that lives in limitation. Every day you are practicing something. You are either practicing confidence or practicing doubt, practicing gratitude or practicing complaint, practicing faith or practicing fear. The mind becomes familiar with whatever you repeat most often. That is why your daily inner conversations matter more than you may realize. If every morning begins with thoughts of lack, your emotions will follow. If every challenge becomes proof that life is against you, your beliefs become stronger. But if you intentionally begin feeding your mind thoughts of possibilities, something remarkable starts to happen. Your attention shifts, your expectations shift, your emotional state shifts, and eventually your decisions begin to shift as well. Many people spend years trying to change their circumstances without ever changing the story they tell themselves. Yet every experience is filtered through perception. Two people can face the exact same situation. One sees defeat, the other sees preparation. One sees rejection, the other sees redirection. The difference is not always the event. The difference is the meaning they choose to give it. That meaning becomes their reality. So become aware of the stories you have accepted without questioning them. Are they truly yours? Or were they handed to you by fear, by disappointment, by people who never saw your potential, or by experiences that convinced you life could only be difficult? You are allowed to release stories that no longer serve the person you are becoming. You are allowed to stop introducing yourself to the world through your past. Your history may explain where you've been. It does not have to determine where you are going. There is incredible freedom in realizing that your identity is not fixed. It is being created every single day, with every thought you accept, with every belief you reinforce, with every choice you make. Ask yourself, if I truly believed that life was working in my favor, how would I speak today? How would I carry myself? How would I respond to setbacks? How would I treat other people? How would I treat myself? Notice that none of those questions depend on having more money, a different relationship, or perfect circumstances. They begin with who you choose to be now. The external world often catches up to the internal world far more slowly than we would like. You are not waiting for life to give you permission. You are not waiting for the perfect moment. The moment you decide within yourself that it is possible, the journey has already begun. Walk forward with confidence. Move with faith. Live with the understanding that what belongs to you cannot pass you by. You do not have to chase what is connected to you. You do not have to force what is aligned with you. What you accept within yourself eventually becomes your experience. So return to the quiet place within. Return to the feeling of already having. Return to the knowing that you are guided, supported, and capable of receiving the life you have imagined. Because the greatest discovery is this: the power you were searching for was never outside of you. It was within you all along. Your belief is the bridge between your desire and your reality. Every dream begins as a thought before it becomes an experience. What you accept as true within yourself eventually finds its way into your life. Your imagination is the seed, and your belief is the force that allows it to grow. The world around you is often a reflection of the world you have created within. When you change your inner state, you change the direction of your life. Do not let temporary circumstances convince you that your desires are impossible. What you see today is only a reflection of yesterday's beliefs. A new reality begins the moment you choose a new assumption. Faith is trusting in what is unseen until it becomes visible. You do not create your future through fear, you create it through the beliefs you consistently carry. The moment you believe something is possible, you begin moving toward it. Your thoughts shape your emotions shape your actions, and your actions shape your experience. The life you desire is not found by endless searching, it is awakened through inner alignment. Stop chasing what you believe is missing and start becoming the person who already has it. Your belief gives power to your vision. Your feelings give life to your imagination. Your certainty transforms possibilities into reality. The universe responds to the state you choose to live from. When you see abundance within, abundance begins appearing around you. When you feel worthy of love, love flows more naturally into your experience. When you trust the process, life reveals paths you could not see before. Your circumstances do not define you, your consciousness does. The unseen world within you always comes before the visible world around you. Believe in the version of yourself that already possesses what you desire. Hold the vision, trust the journey, and allow life to unfold. Your dream is not a distant destination, it is a reality waiting for your acceptance. The power to transform your life has always been within you. So remember, the life you desire does not begin when everything around you changes. It begins when something within you changes. The moment you stop doubting yourself and start trusting your inner power, you create space for new possibilities to appear. You do not need to have every answer today. You do not need to know every step before you begin. You only need the courage to believe that a better reality is possible. Your journey is not about becoming someone else. It is about remembering who you truly are beneath the fear, the doubt, and the limitations you once accepted. Every day gives you a new opportunity to choose a different story. A story built on faith instead of fear. A story built on confidence instead of uncertainty. A story built on the belief that you are worthy of the life you dream about. Trust your vision. Protect your inner peace. Keep moving forward with patience and faith. Because what you nurture within yourself today becomes the foundation of the reality you experience tomorrow. The power was never outside of you. The answer was never somewhere far away. It was always within your thoughts, your beliefs, and your ability to imagine something greater. Believe, become, receive. The life you have been searching for is not something you have to chase. It is something you allow yourself to become ready for. And now, the only question that remains is this: what are you choosing to believe? Because your life is always responding to the story you continue to tell yourself. If you continue to see yourself as someone who is waiting, struggling, and searching, life will continue to reflect that state back to you. But the moment you choose a new identity, everything begins to shift. See yourself as the person who already has what you desire. Feel the peace of knowing that what you seek is already being formed within you. Walk through life with the quiet confidence of someone who trusts that everything is working in their favor. You are not creating from emptiness. You are creating from the power that already exists within you. Your imagination is not just a dream. It is the doorway to a new experience. Your assumptions are not just thoughts. They are the seeds you plant for your future. So choose your thoughts carefully. Choose your feelings intentionally. Choose the reality you want to experience. The world may not change overnight, but your inner world can change in a single moment. And when your inner world changes, your actions change. Your energy changes. Your decisions change. Your entire direction changes. Do not wait for proof before believing. Believe first and allow life to reveal the evidence. The future you desire is not far away. It begins with the assumption you carry today. Return to yourself. Trust the unseen. Live from the feeling of already being who you want to become. Because the greatest manifestation is not receiving something outside of you. It is awakening to the truth that the power to transform your life was always within. Believe it, feel it, become it, and watch your reality begin to reflect the person you have chosen to be. Your life changes the moment you change the way you see yourself. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of the meaning you give to them. Trust the vision you carry within your heart. Trust the journey even when the path is not clear. Every belief you hold is shaping the reality you are moving toward.